You want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Come here. Come say hi.
Hi. Hi.
You're looking amazing. Are you all done already? Yeah? Okay, you gonna go play?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well that was a fun introduction. My son Jimmy, we just got a new camcorder, our first ever, and so we are... Where's the tools?
Where's the tools?
You can find your tools. They're in your room, honey, on your shelf. Go find them. So James wanted to play, and he loves taking pictures. So of course, he wanted to take pictures of us in the camcorder. And of course, since I'm sitting on the floor today, Oscar's just like, well, this is for you. Honey, we're not going outside right now. So today is a little bit different. We have Jimmy with us. It's in the morning. I've got lots of meetings this afternoon. And so it might be a little chaotic because Jimmy's here. Honey, mommy's on camera. Look.
No.
No.
Are you coming in?
Mommy's gonna record here, baby.
Are they coming in?
No. You go play, okay? And also you might hear, sometimes he gets like this. You might hear his show in the background. I have an iPad going with his show just to try and keep him distracted. But I do have sort of a lot to share with you. Not a terrible amount, so maybe this might be a little shorter video. So my name is Emily. Welcome to my home, to my cross-stitching corner of the interwebs. And this is my son James, who's 3, and quite the love bug. And the channel you're on is Kindred StitchFolk. You can find me on Instagram as Kindred StitchFolk, but you can also find me on my main channel. I kind of find my Kindred StitchFolk to be a little bit redundant because everything I post on Kindred StitchFolk, I also always post on my main channel on Instagram, which is Anders Mill Knits. So I've had that handle for a long time. And so welcome to our little corner of the interwebs where I share what we've been up to as far as crafting is concerned. So a life update. In the last video I did have, or the 2 videos ago, I had a person mention quite rudely in the comments that nobody cares about my life or what I'm experiencing, especially not my health concerns, and to just stick with cross-stitching. You know what? I immediately deleted that, and I blocked that person from the channel because I just have no room for that negativity in my life. I have no room for people trying to still tell me what to do. I'm kind of done with that. If you don't like what I share on this channel, there are hundreds of other floss tubers out there. I'm brand new. I'm just learning the ropes here. So if you have some pointers, I would totally welcome them, but in a kind and generous fashion, not in a let's tear this person down fashion. And I really do want to connect with you. So I hope that you receive this information in the way that it's intended, but any person that I find making rude or harsh comments will immediately be blocked and their comment deleted on my channel because, like I said, I just don't have time for it. Before I get into all of the cross-stitching, this is really hard for me. I don't ever talk about really what's going on in the world at large in any of my social media. I talk about what's going on in my tiny little part of the world, my family, and my crafting life. But what happened this past weekend, or just yesterday, has really hit home. If you don't know, I am Mormon, or I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And this past weekend, somebody in Michigan did a horrific thing to people who were congregating. They had just come for a peaceful morning at church. There were women, children, elderly, extremely vulnerable people in that church. And to have it defiled as it was. I watched it all unfold. My husband noticed it within moments of it happening. He got a notification. I don't know how he gets these notifications, but he got a notification. And so we immediately went online and started getting information about it and watching the live coverage. And it was just seeing that church fully engulfed in flames, that roof collapsed. I couldn't help being so scared that there were people trapped in there. I can't imagine a worse way to die than to be trapped in an inferno like that. And so I want to send out my love and support to all of you in the Blanc area, the members of the church, but also in the community. And I am so impressed with how that police department and the sheriff's office responded so quickly and so well. And those two gentlemen, those two officers who responded first and unfortunately had to cut down the individual who was the perpetrator, they're heroes. And at the same time, it just hurts my heart that that's how we have to take care of these things. I don't understand what's happening to our world. I live in love, and I feel like most of the people in this world live in either love or the hope of love. And yet we have so much violence. Just, what was it, less than a month ago? It also happened with that Catholic church with all those young kids in there taking in there for worship. Please stop the violence. Please stop the hate. Please stop being mean. Just love each other. Jimmy's upset, so I'll try to wrap this up. But my plea is just love each other. Come from a place of love. I mean, there's that age-old saying that violence doesn't solve anything. I mean, can't we see that? Can't we see that that's exactly what's happening? Violence only creates more violence. The last thing I'll say is this kind of hit a little bit harder to home too, because on Saturday, the president of our church, who we call a prophet, we view him as a prophet, as a mouthpiece of our Heavenly Father, President Nelson, who was 101 years old, and my entire life, well, except for the first 5 years of my life, because he became an apostle in 86, I believe, he has been there. And he died at the age of 101, the oldest prophet in our church history. And he made vast changes to the church, so much so that sometimes my head just spins. And when I say he makes changes to the church, he's not making any changes to the gospel of Jesus Christ. He's not making anything like that. It's just how we interact with it. He's invited way more gentleness and openness and creativity in our engagement with the gospel and with our Heavenly Father. And, he's made changes like when I was growing up, we went to church every Sunday for 3 hours, every Sunday for 3 hours. Now we go for 2. And I know that might sound small, but for me, it feels big. He's changed how missionaries, when I was a missionary over 20 years ago, I guess that was 23 years ago, when I was a missionary, we had lessons that we memorized. We were asked and encouraged to memorize verbatim the entire speech for those lessons, and the scriptures that were quoted and all those things. And even back then, I was a lot more organic. I had them all memorized, but I would, just be like, what does this person need in this moment, and talk about that. And it was during my mission that, so this was before President Nelson, but President Hinckley before him, actually 2 prophets before him, I guess. Anyway, he introduced a new style of teaching for the missionaries, which was more organic and free-flowing and things like that. And my mission was chosen as a prototype mission to try it out, and I was so excited about that. Well, President Nelson has done that with the entire church, just been do what feels right, say what feels right, engage with each other with what feels right. And it's really beautiful. So he will be missed, but at the same time, I'm glad he's at rest. 101 years. I mean, you could say he never got a retirement. So he's at rest now. Okay. So then, as for me in my house, I'm still healing. I went out on Saturday to go to Barnes & Noble because I had a $50 gift card, and I'm going to show you my purchases from that because it's cross-stitch related. And and I went to I went grocery shopping as well, and by the time I was done, I was just I could barely make it into the house from the car. My husband had to get all the groceries out and put them away. And my husband was really, my husband is very much trusting in my thoughts about what I think I'm capable of doing. So he offers help, but he doesn't demand that I allow him to help. And he did that on Saturday, and I told him, this is 2 weeks after the surgery, I really want to try doing these errands on my own. And I was successful, but boy, I actually regret not having him with me and our little son, because it was really, really hard. Yeah. So I now have a handicap sticker for my car, or placard for my car. So I have that, but it feels weird to use that. I feel like there are people in much greater need to use the placard than I am, but then, obviously the doctors see my situation as to the point, that they would suggest that I have a handicap placard, and I now carry around a medical card in my wallet about my conditions, at the request of my doctors as well. So I have all of those things. One of the things my husband and I are going to be doing is, I know this sounds really bleak on top of what I was just sharing. This is just continuing the bleakness, but we've decided we really need to have a living will for us and for our life. So we're going to be doing that pretty soon. So, other than that, I've started back at work a little bit. I'm not being too crazy about things. I've started seeing having my weekly supervision visits with my interns. I've started back at all my meetings, and I've started a couple of the projects that are waiting in the wing, but I'm not seeing any clients at least until November, I think. I'm hoping by November I will be able to start working with my clients again. They're being so patient with me. But I will find out more on Thursday. I have a meeting with my surgeon again, so I will find out more from her what things are going on, because they did find some more things that they're worried about. I don't think they're terribly concerned, but they're worried about, I think. I don't know, honestly, so I'll find out more. But other than that, we've just been enjoying each other, and I've been doing a little, I feel like it's a lot of cross stitch, but I also feel like it's not enough to show for the week. Especially with how much downtime I had. There's a specific game that I like to play. I'm a puzzler. I love puzzles. So there's a specific game I love to play on my phone. I think it's, I have my phone plugged in over there. Called Crypto something or other. And it's like you're cracking a code, back in the old days, where so the phrase is laid out for you with blank spaces and then a number under each blank letter of each word, and you need to crack the code to figure out, which, like, let's say in this puzzle the number 8 represents the letter E. Well, you got to figure that out, right? Like, and how are you going to figure that out? So I look for a lot of patterns. I do this in all my life. I do this with my clients too. Patterns to me really tell a story. So I've been very hooked on that, and especially when I'm in a lot of pain and I don't feel like holding things in my hands besides, like actually movement things. I've just been playing that game a lot. And it's great because it also keeps my mind active and pliable, and the little gray cells whirling around, so that's great. So that's been distracting me a little bit. Okay, so let's get into what I've been working on. So the very first thing I mentioned to you, actually, hold on, let me pause for a moment. Okay, so you may remember that I got this in the mail the day I was last filming. It's the Rio pattern, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil pattern from Awesome Patterns. And I broke into that kit, and I showed you that it came with 2 different fabrics, and it comes with all of the everything, and the pattern is in here and everything. And this is really beautiful, and I'm stitching this for my brother Eli for his birthday / Christmas. He was born 2 days before Christmas, so I try to make his birthday presents pretty epic, because I get sad that they're all at the same time of year. So I started stitching on this, and I got pretty far. I got my phone here, and so on markup, let's just see what. I don't have my glasses. I don't know why I always forget to get my glasses. Okay, so info. Come on, info. So I've done 2,157 stitches on this piece. I don't know if it's gonna. I actually don't know how to make this camcorder see things well. You know how on your phone you can tap on the screen at a certain point when you're filming something, and it'll, clarify that area? I don't know how to do that with this camcorder. We just got it this last week. So anyway, so I started this pattern. I've got 2,157 stitches into it, and I am going to restart it. So here I am, And the reason why I'm restarting it is because I decided not to do this full coverage. So when I originally started this, I thought that I would do the whole piece with all of the background with the sky and everything, the full coverage. And I've decided not to. I've decided to focus on the cityscape, the Jesu Christo statue. I'm going to put in the sun. I'm going to put in a few clouds or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to do full coverage. And thus, the white, to me, is actually not doing a great job of showing off. Because there's these white columns in there. Man, this is really thick. But anyway, I'm not going to throw this out. What I thought is that I would try to complete like a banner here at some point. Like figure out the pattern and crop it a little bit. To have that little banner of where I started, right in the middle. Well, I started on the middle on the left-hand side. Right-hand side. And so I just thought I would finish that up and like hopefully send him a little extra piece for something. I don't even know what I would send that to him. But this is really funny because do you see up here this blue up here? Doesn't that look like a smiley face with eyes? You see it? Anyway, so I did get a little bit sad about this. So on Saturday, I didn't stitch it all on the weekend for it, but I finally this morning, I was watching the Colorado Stitcher this morning as Jimmy and I were preparing for the day. My goodness, do I love her so much. That woman's creativity and energy, like she's so calming in her videos, but the things she gets done. And I'm not just talking about stitching. I'm just talking about owning a business. I'm talking about owning a business, life in general. Like this woman designing, wow. I need to make an order from Colorado Stitcher and support her. But anyway, she was talking about, in her latest video for September, she was talking about creativity. And if you're in a slump, and she had so many great ideas, like go watch that video. And she actually has been stitching on a certain piece that I've had my eye on for a long time, but I've been very intimidated by because I don't know, I haven't ever done a true what we would call like a Quaker or a huge sampler like this, and this is called Peace on Earth. It's by Lila's Studio. And she was stitching on it, and it was just so incredibly beautiful. I don't know if this is going to be my style or not, but I just decided that I need this piece in my life. And then hopefully that will determine whether this is a style for me, like the Quaker style. Like I like it. I just don't know if that's my stitching style, you know, because so far I've been landscapes and full coverage on things, but I haven't done something like this before. So, but anyway, while she was talking about that creativity, it just gave me the motivation to get out that other piece of fabric that came in my kit and put it in the hoop that I'm going to do. I now understand why they put the two different colors of fabric in the kit, and I'm really grateful for it. I'm really excited to restart this, so I'm going to start it here, so it's going to be right in the middle here, and go up, and we'll have the Jesu Christu right there, and probably the sun right about there. But I'm going to restart it on this, and I'm not using a Q-snap this time because I don't want to hold in hand. I want to have this hooked. Is there a way to do a Q-snap in a stand? I don't know. But I'm going to have this in one of my stands and do two-handed stitching so I can bust some stuff out here. I don't know if I'll start that today or not, but I got it in the hoop. And that, for some reason this weekend, that was the thing that kept on. I had the motivation, I had the desire, but I didn't have the energy. Like the thought about going and finding a hoop, putting this in the hoop and all that kind of stuff just was too much for me. And this fabric is so soft and pliable. I'm not trusting myself to stitch in hand for this important piece for my brother. So I knew this needed to be in a hoop, period. I might end up taping the edges because it's already fraying, and that's just from me putting it in the hoop. So as a reminder, this is on 16 count Aida fabric, but it is a special kind of fabric. It's just, it's so buttery soft. My gosh. And then I did work some on my Bob Ross silhouette, but I'm still not liking it. I don't like it on this pink either. I just don't know what to do here. Do I go back to white? I just don't like it. And so I'm at a standstill with this. And to tell you the truth, I've kind of put on hold all of the tiny little motifs because I want to focus on so last video we talked about planning things out. And when I started really, truly, what you didn't see is after the video, I created a spreadsheet. I did all the calculations, and in order to get all the things done for Christmas that I need to, just on the Christmas pieces, I need to do about 4,000 stitches a week. So I made the hard decision to put aside the door motifs and to focus on the Christmas stuff. And if I find that I am at a space where I feel like I can integrate that back in, I will. So I say all this, but then look what I just randomly started, like for no reason other than I just really wanted to work on a stamped cross stitch, and none of the others were calling to me, and Christmas was calling to me. I started this stamped cross stitch piece. It's on 14 count Aida, I guess, but and it's of Santa going through the snow on a bear, a brown bear. Yeah, you love this, don't you? So everything that's black is what I did this weekend. I just started into the so you can see the bear and there's Santa. And so I did some in here, and I did some of the underbelly of the bear, started a little bit of the black over here. There's a lot of black in here, and it is full coverage, and I intend to do it full coverage because there's snowfall coming down. I had thought to myself, maybe I'll switch out the black for like a navy blue or something. But no, I'm just sticking with the black, I think. I'm good with that. And something I'm doing that... Oh, okay, so first off, I want to talk about this fabric. This is a lot different than what I've received in the past from these kits. The edge here is serged, so I'm not worried about things fraying, which is new. The fabric is of better quality. It doesn't feel as... I mean, it feels very stiff. You can see the stiffness here, right? But at the same time, it doesn't feel heavy of ink, as in like it's stiff because of the ink. It feels as if it's stiff because of the fabric itself, which I'm okay with. I don't know if that's making sense. So some of the things I'm doing differently on this one is I enjoyed starting in the left-hand corner, no, the bottom right-hand corner, God, I'll get that right, of Rio so much that I decided I was going to do that on this one as well. So I started in the bottom right-hand corner over here with all the black. So I started all the way in the corner here. So you can see it a little bit better on the back because it's white on the back. So that's all that I've done this weekend. So I started all the way over here. And the other thing I decided to do was, every single color in here that's stamped on here is numbered. And I got to thinking, I wonder if they're numbered because that's the preferred layering or stitch sequence that makes the most sense. I mean, it probably doesn't matter at all, but I thought to myself, on this piece, I'm going to go start at number 1 color, finish number 1, and move on. So everything in this blue right here is number 1, which will be black. So I'm going to do that, and then the next one, the next color that is number 2 is the green. So I'll be moving on to that one next, and so on and so forth. Where's yellow is all the way down at 18. Yellow, all this big huge blocks of yellow, that's the 18th color. So this might I'm wondering if this will work better for me as far as sequencing goes. The thread pack in here, it's all, they do give you the colors for the DMC colors in here on the legend, so you know what this is. And all the stuff comes in this beautiful bag, and what I like is that they have there's a lot of black in here, so I gotta pick one that's not black because they only labeled one. But they've gone ahead and labeled all of the numbers on the bobbins as well. I really gotta figure out how to do the whole clarification thing on this. I don't know. Anyway, there's like an auto focus I think I need to figure out. But this thread here also feels like it's probably actual DMC, I think. It feels like it, although it could honestly be, what do they call it, CRC or CXC, something like that? It could be that too. They don't tell you what it is. So, but I started this, and I'm really excited about this one. It's very calming to me. For some reason, working on this black is very calming to me. And right now, I have it in the original package that it came in, and I'm fine with that because I'm just stitching on it in my stitchy corner right here. So I put in my usuals. I have got a little tiny scissor. I've got my threader. I've got like 50 of these flower threaders. They're my favorite. So I've got all that prepped and ready. And then I was watching the Fat Quarter Shop, and they got me. They got me big time. They put out a pattern called the Quilted Witch. The Quilted Witch. I don't do Halloween, but this thing got me, man. This thing got me good. I not only ordered, got the digital pattern, I ordered the kit. The complete kit, except for, I thought I ordered the floss drops, but apparently I didn't. I ordered the floss pack that came with this ring. It didn't come with the floss drops, so I spent an evening putting it onto, everything onto bobbins. Then it came with this enamel needle minder. It is so freaking heavy. Oh my gosh. I gotta weigh this thing. I don't know how much this weighs, but this is heavy. And I also ordered, yes, I also ordered the recommended Ada cloth for this, and I put it on my very first scroll front. Look at the modeling on this. I don't remember. Okay, wait. Actually, I do. Vintage Country Mocha. 14 count Ada. That's what Lori stitched hers on, and so that's what I'm stitching mine on. Lori from Fat Quarter Shop. And I put it on here. And I was all set to get going. And then I went and I imported my PDF pattern into my Markup XP. I've done it like 5 or 6 times on 3 different devices. The pattern, Markup XP is just not able to recognize all the colors in the pattern. And also, it's not able, it's particularly this one color is recognizing it 4 different times as 4 different colors, essentially, in the legend. is driving me insane. But it's done this on multiple of the colors, and there's no way in Markup XP to combine. So if you see that, so for this instance, it's the hashtag purple key marker. I don't know what they're called. Symbol. Thank you. Symbol on the chart. It's recognized it. I think is it 4 or 5 different times. There's no way to merge all those separate recognitions into one in Markup XP. So that's disappointing. There's also no way to edit because they've got one symbol that's wrong. I don't know where the symbol is coming from, but I would like to be able to edit it and put in the correct symbol. They also don't have all the symbols, and I can't put in extra symbols. I'm just frustrated right now. So then I thought to myself, oh, well, I'll try importing it into Pattern Keeper. I've never used Pattern Keeper really. And the same, but I'll see if I can't figure it out. No, the same exact thing happened as in Markup XP. So there's something with the pattern file itself that is being a bugaboo for these readers. And I can't decide if I'm going to message the Fat Quarter Shop and ask them to send me a new updated file that will work with Markup XP, or if I'm just gonna fight it out. I don't really want to fight it out. I don't have time in my life to sit there and fix the file. So if I was to just do it, in my head, I'll just take one section. I don't know. I have an idea in my head, but that really got me frustrated this weekend. So while I have this all framed up, tight as a drum, and ready to go on my scroll frame, not a single stitch is in it because I was so frustrated. And that took a lot of time to try to figure that out, and it didn't work, and that made me frustrated too. So, and I'm not going to sit here and order the paper pattern from there because the paper pattern, I mean, the Fat Quarter Shop is expensive. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're expensive. They do great marketing. They do great kits. They have great patterns and designs and stuff, but my goodness, they give you like 5 cents off to get the digital pattern versus the paper pattern. And in my head, I'm much more keen on digital patterns than I'm on paper. So I got the digital. I'm not going to pay the same price yet again to get the paper pattern. I'm just not going to do it. I think it was like $17. So now I'm like, well, does this mean that I'm not supposed to just stitch Halloween at all? I don't know. But it does disappoint me. And so that is what I've been stitching on. Now, let's move on to some happy mail. Or some goodies, I guess. We'll just call them goodies because not all of it came in the mail. I love to go to my secondhand shops in town. And I specifically go to try to rescue any kind of crafts that I can, that I deem are worthy of rescue. Not worthy of rescue, but you know. This time Jimmy and I went to Goodwill after a doctor's appointment this week, just to kind of release the tension. And there was this huge comforter bag size of that really rope-like, thick, Chanel-like yarn. And the entire bag they were selling for $20. And I put it immediately into my cart. I was like, I don't even care that I don't like the colors. I don't care. I'm going to get it because it's, if I don't work on it, my clients will. And then halfway through the store, I was just like, no, Emily, no. Just because it's yarn doesn't mean that you have to get it. Just because it appears to be a good deal doesn't mean you have to get it. If I don't like it, and I don't have any interest in showing my clients how to use this super duper chunky yarn. So why would I get this? I mean, it was so thick, they would literally be finger knitting. And I just have no interest in keep showing people that. So it's like, no. And plus, it wasn't. I have another rule that, if at all possible, I only get things that are on the colors of the week. So this week was green for 75% off, and I think yellow or something like that for 50% off. Pretty much everything I have here is green. I wonder if in my box here, I got a bunch of stuff. Was this green too? Oh no, it was red. Okay, so it was red because I also got this fabric that I really like. It's got huge motifs on it. It's probably most likely, what is it called? The color, the name of the fabric is Fancy Florals. Upholstery fabric, there we go. But it's not as thick as normal upholstery fabric. But anyway, so this is normally $10. And oh yeah, I remember. Okay, the red was 75% off, and the green was 50% off. So I got this 75% off. So, but what I'm super excited about that I found is this. I have never seen anything like this before. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is a DNC chart. I will look to see if I can see the date on this in a second. But it is a bow. You're stitching up a bow, and it is a Christmas village. Oh my freaking gosh. Here's the back with the floss. Here, see, and so I love the edging is already secured with that tape stuff that you use in sewing. I can't remember what it's called. So I can stitch this in hand. It's got houses. My favorite is doing villages and houses. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking happy. And then it has the Christmas sleigh up top. Let's see if I can see. 1997. All rights reserved. 1997 by Dimensions. So this was $1.99, but because of the green sticker, I got it half off. So I got it for $1. Got it for $1. I am so freaking excited. It just, I can't tell you how excited I am by this. And yet, this is going to have to wait. Then on Etsy, I like to stalk these people that find vintage patterns in magazines and try different crafts that I've never tried, if possible, as long as they come in kits. So one that I found by this one lady, I think I got this for $3. It's called Lacy Heart. And here's the fabric. So this is Pretty Kitties. I'm not gonna do the cats, but I don't know how to explain this. What exactly is this that I'm doing here? I mean, it's like weaving and cross stitch combined. I mean, look at how big the holes are. What is this, like 4 count? Lace net darning thread, the 16-inch tapestry needle, graph and instructions, frame sold separately. The creative circle. It literally does not tell you what craft this is. So if anybody knows what craft this is called, I mean, I keep having this word hardinger in my head, and that's a fabric. That's not a craft. I don't know what it is, but I'm so excited by it. I'm going to do the heart, the big one there. And my husband asked me if I would find a cross-stitch pattern of a horse or horse scene for his sister. She rescues animals that would otherwise be put down, so they have some kind of impediment. And one of her beloved animals was a retired racehorse that was on its way to the glue factory, let's just be honest. So she rescued that racehorse, and she had him for years, and he passed away. And She loves horses. She has her entire craft, well, I don't even know if I would call it a craft space, but her entire creative space in her home is just with horse figurines, and she collects rare ones and then resells them on eBay if she's got doubles of them. So he asked me if I would find a pattern to stitch for her in memoriam of that horse, and I found a really great one on Etsy. But while I was searching for that, I came across this. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is a unicorn, cross-stitched unicorn stuffy. Like, I can put beads down here and it'll sit up and everything. Like maybe a doorstop or something, a huge doorstop. So it comes with the ribbon, it comes with all the thread, it comes with the printed fabric. I haven't broken into this, but oh my freaking gosh. I mean, look at the lace doily they're using for the hair. I mean, I just, like, this just screamed Emily. I could not pass this up. Oh my freaking gosh. I had to get this. I believe this is the most, this was the most I have spent on a vintage item, in years, I think. I did spend $20 on this. This is how insanely in love I am with this piece. I spent $20 on it. So this is called Decorative Silhouette, a stamped cross-stitch kit. The kit contains the pre-stamped cotton polyester fabric, the cotton embroidery, floss, paperboard base, trim, needle, complete illustrated instructions. Stuffing is not included. And so the finished piece the unicorn is going to be 15 inches by 14 inches.
Where's the car carrier, Bubby?
Where's my what, baby?
Where's the car carrier, Bubby?
The car carrier? I think it's still at Grandma's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come in.
Yeah. I'll come in. Can you play out here with Mommy?
Yeah.
Okay. We should have brought home more of your stuff from Grammy's, huh?
Does it go covered?
You want us to go in the car?
Yeah.
We will as soon as I'm done here, okay, my darling?
Yeah.
Okay. You keep playing, okay? And then also at the same time when I was at the Goodwill, this one that I'm about to show you was not on sale, but I got it for my sister. I don't even know if my sister will like it. I don't do applique, but this is a local quilt designer, applique designer. The company, the Quilted Raven, went out of business. I think that's what it was. The Quilted Tree? No, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, they went out of business, and apparently a bunch of their kits have been at some of the different Goodwills around town, according to my friends. Well, so this one is originally $17. I don't know if that $17 included the fabric that I got, or if the person got the fabric separate and then just decided to give this up. But I was able to get this for $5 at my Goodwill. And I think I'm going to give it to my sister. I don't know if she would like it. But, I mean, it's not really my sister Amy's style. We very much have the same style, which is very, like, florally, like 1920s to Victorian era colors and fabric designs. I mean, this is very much my sister, even though she would not want the unicorn, but the designs on it and the style with the lace and everything, very much my sister. Not so much this. I mean, this is a cabin in Alaska, but anyway, I did get that. And then I mainly got this pack, which I did get half off, so I paid $1.50 for this. I have no idea. Braid Runner? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a quilting pattern. But I mainly got it because here you go. This is my sister here. This is a little bit darker than she would normally go for, but this fabric in here, it is very much my sister Amy. And so I got this to give to my sister Amy. So that was my Goodwill haul. Then the rest of my haul from that quarter shop, I will show you. So I got the pattern of the Foxtastic pattern, Patchwork Seasons, I want to call it, digital download, and I ordered the floss pack. And so anyway, here's the floss pack. And this is NPI's thread. This is my first NPI threads. I'm pretty excited about it. Now, okay, so NPI threads, I just have to feel one, I'm sorry. Are they? No, they're not silk. Are they silk? I don't think this is silk. This just feels like regular thread. So that's just a, so this is just a name, a company that makes the thread? I don't know, I'm confused. I haven't dived into silk threads yet. They are very intimidating to me in as far as like how expensive they appear to be. So I got this one. I got 9 skeins with 5 meters. Oh, it is 100% pure silk. Okay, 5 meters each, 100% pure Chinese silk. So NPI is Chinese. I mean, it is silk. It's Chinese. Anyway, so I got that for a future project. I'm not going to work on that yet. But then I also got the download of the Quilted Snowman and ordered the thread pack and the needle notion on this one. This one's even heavier. Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. But it's exciting. I thought again that I ordered the floss drops, but I even checked my receipt. I didn't order the floss drops. So, but I have this and the digital pattern that, I don't know, maybe I'll start in the winter, after Christmas. Then the other patterns that I ordered, are from, I think they're all from the Prairie. Yeah, they're all from the Prairie Schooler. I really liked her 12 Days of Christmas, but one of them was sold out, so I couldn't get the full kit. So I'll find it somewhere else. But I got the numbers 1 through 5 of the 12 Days of Christmas. I got 5 through 8 of Santa. And then since I was on a Santa kick with Prairie Schooler, I just love this one. Winter Woods, or the 2021 Santa. I love that with the birds. And the, I think that's a dog. I love that one. And then I also got the 2008 edition. Mainly I got this one because I actually really liked the fireplace. And I was thinking, oh, maybe that will be my fireplace for my door hanger for my office, which we call the hearth. I don't know. I'd have to change the colors a little bit, but I also just really like the piece itself. So, got those. And the last 2 things that I got from them, I did get some witch alt, which I've never had before, 14 count. I believe I got this for the snowman. I believe. Either got it for the snowman or for the fox. And then I got some even count, 25 count, even count. Vintage Cloth by Lori Holt. This is colorway Prim. Colorway Prim, I think. Is that right? And I have no plans for this. It was on sale, but I also was thinking, I've been really enjoying working on the even weave in that other project that I've been working on. So why not continue that? So that is my happy mail, my goodies, what I've been stitching on. Again, nothing about knitting. I know I told you I would show you my shawls, but that's not going to happen today. Anyway, I am so glad that you guys joined me. Thank you so much for putting up with our silliness over here, our kind of distractibility. Thank you for allowing me the space to voice my heartbreak and concerns. Thank you for welcoming Jimmy. And thank you for understanding about my request and my boundary around positive engagement on the interwebs, on YouTube and Instagram. I have no space in my life for people who are going to tear me down, what I'm trying to do here now. And what I'm trying to do here is nothing other than to share my love of creativity and create a community. So please don't be afraid to message or comment down below. I would really like to engage with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me, and may your stitches make you happy. Take care, my friend. Are you being silly, Jimmy?